What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Cam ATL and welcome back to another video. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Make sure you comment anything in the comments section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. This is the moment you guys have been waiting for all morning. I get it. You know what I mean? I'm a little late. It's what time is it right now? Let me see. Right now it is 10:35 Central as I am recording this. Once again, I'm a little late, and I apologize. I left y'all to listening to a whole bunch of people who be giving advice on here who don't even win themselves. You know what I mean? But your boy is back, and we have been killing the game, and I'm back to give you some advice coming from an actual winner. Okay, okay, winning. All right, let's get straight into it now. All right, so you guys know how I like to do it. High five. I like to get straight to the point. Give you five players that are in my core for today. It's a 5 game slate. I'm actually really loving this slate, man. It was pretty easy coming to this high five conclusion, and I'm feeling really confident about it too. So I'm super excited to get straight into it. Let's go ahead and get straight to it. Now, starting off at point guard, Kyrie Irving. As long as Kevin Durant misses games, Kyrie Irving is always going to be in play, plain and simple. On top of that, he's just been playing amazing basketball this season in general. Now, the matchup against Philly isn't amazing. So in GPP, where Kyrie Irving is going to be a high owned, he's obviously going to be owned high. If you want to take the chance at going a Luka Doncic instead of him, I completely understand that for GPPs. And cash games, play Kyrie and move on. Okay, but in GPPs, I can understand getting off of Kyrie for Luka Doncic, who's going to be much lower owned, and has the potential to beat out Kyrie if Kyrie struggles in this matchup with the length of Ben Simmons or something like that. The matchup just throws him off a little bit, and he does kind of bust in this matchup. If that does happen, then and Luka Doncic goes for 60 or whatever in a very good matchup for guards against Denver, then you could be seeing big money. So remember I said that. If you get off of Kyrie for GPP, remember GPP, the options are endless. You could do whatever you want. Okay? You could do whatever you want. And because Kyrie is going to be major chalk today, in GPP, I completely understand going Luka instead of him. Matter of fact, I encourage it. I encourage going Luka Doncic over Kyrie Irving in GPP just because of the ownership Kyrie's going to have here. And the matchup against Ben Simmons' length could cause a little bit of an issue, but the usage is so high. The situation with no KD, Kyrie Irving can create a shot no matter what. In cash games, you lock him in and move on, okay? But in GPP, I do like the idea of that. Now, Kyrie at home in Brooklyn, though, against Philly, no KD. I'm going to put him in the high five, plain and simple. Now, another guy that I really love, and I'm hoping his ownership stays low, but I just don't see how it would if people are looking into matchups and looking deeper. Bruce Brown's going against Philly. Now, Philly's weak spot is against shooting guards. Okay, Bruce Brown is going to be the starting shooting guard with Kevin Durant out. Okay, I really love Bruce Brown here. He's only 3.5, gives us an amazing value here. A guy who is going to get a good bit of little playing time with Kevin Durant being out. Him starting at shooting guard, a position that has actually done well against Philly this year. Outside of that, every position has struggled a little bit versus Philly defense. Okay, but shooting guards have been doing fairly decent. So Irving and Bruce Brown are my two guys that I really love from Brooklyn, and I'm hoping that Bruce Brown will be at a lower ownership because there are some spend ups I love. I love Luka Doncic today. Something is screaming Luka at me right now, but I couldn't go Luka and Kyrie in the high five and just give y'all a whole bunch of other scrubs around him. So I decided I'm not going to put him in the high five, but I love Luka for GPP today. Also, love LeBron James as well. I think LeBron could go off against the Spurs. This is a prime matchup for small forwards and point guards have been destroying the Spurs defense this year. The Spurs defense has not been good at all, okay? So LeBron's in a great spot as well to drop a 60 piece and get 6x as well. So Kyrie, Doncic, and LeBron, all amazing. I love all of them. I know they're big plays and they're awesome plays on a most of the time basis, but today I really like them. And it being a 5 game slate, one of them is going to go crazy. It's just about picking the right one. Um, what else we got here? My next spot is going to be, let's go to center. It's going to be Andre Drummond going against Memphis. Now, with this being a back-to-back, I didn't play Drummond for a reason yesterday because I knew they were going to play again today, and most of the time when it's in a back-to-back situation, he'll play short minutes one game and then a lot of minutes the next. I predicted that he was going to play about 25 or so minutes yesterday's game, and that's what happened. He dropped 40 points. I don't believe he reached 5x. He did not reach 5x, but he's in a fantastic bounce-back spot here. Okay, he almost reached 5x, but not quite. We want 6x or so, though. And against Memphis, fantastic matchup for him here in this one. Memphis has been bottom in the league versus bigs, especially in the rebounding category. They've been getting dominated on the boards, and that's where Andre Drummond really feasts. So Andre Drummond could possibly get a 20-20 type of upside game here against Memphis. Really love him. He's going to eat on the boards, and if he can get his scoring going down low, then he's going to be fantastic. At 8-4, I do predict he hits his value this time after last night's letdown with only getting about 25 minutes or so with the back-to-back going on and shit like that. Next up, I have another center that I really love, and it's my boy Nurkic. All right, Nurkic's minutes have been trending up, and his usage has been trending up. This Portland offense is obviously trying to get Nurkic involved and get him warmed back up to game flow. Okay, this game is at home in Portland. Minnesota has been horrible versus centers this year. Okay, Nurkic is a fantastic option at 6'2". Let's just say 6K. Let's round down just to get a 6K. 36. We're very happy. I think he drops over 40 here. He's been warming up. He's been looking really, really good. He almost got to the triple double last game when we had him actually in the last game he played. We actually played him then too. Tonight, I want him again going against Minnesota. I think he's got crazy upside. Here's the deal, guys. Nurkic missed a ton of last season getting hurt, but Nurkic is a guy who can drop 50s, okay? He is the type of player that can get you high 40s, low 50s type of upside. He is a guy who gets assists, rebounds, and can score. So Nurkic is a guy with crazy upside, and on a 5-game slate like this with a primo matchup against Minnesota, yes, please. The only thing that could possibly get me off of any of these guys that I'm talking about, like Drummond, not Kyrie, but Drummond, Nurkic, that range is if like LeBron James happens to miss. He's questionable right now. Or AD misses, LeBron's going to be locked. LeBron misses, AD's going to be fantastic. So one of those guys are going to end up having to shift into the line if either of those situations happen. So keep an eye on that. Next up, okay, the final spot. I'm running back that Portland game because I really like that game right there. And I'm going to go with my boy D. Russ. Now, D'Angelo Russell is a little up and down. I will say that. He is a little up and down, but when this guy gets comfortable and starts chucking up the shots he needs to chuck up to keep his team in games, he can really put up some points, and he's been looking fantastic recently. All right, now going against Portland, who is not very good versus point guards. They're bottom-ish, category-ish of versus point guards. They're not the worst. They're not the best matchup. They're just kind of, they're bad, though. They are bad, though, so let me point that out. And I love Nurkic. And I love this game in general. This game screams to me fantasy points. Minnesota and Portland both defenses suck. Both offenses can put up a bunch of shots and a bunch of points. Could a blowout possibly happen? Maybe, but I don't expect one, honestly, at this point in the day. I'm not expecting one. So D'Angelo Russell has 7-7. Let's round him up to 8K. I see him getting 40 or more. So I think he's locked for over 5x. I see him getting 40 or more here against Portland. Fantastic situation against the Portland D that struggles versus point guards. D. Russell's going to have to be on to keep this game competitive. I really like him here in this one. So that's the high five, y'all. Kyrie Irving, no KD. Kyrie Irving and Bruce Brown, no KD. Bruce Brown, fantastic situation here, starting, most likely starting. Keep an eye on it. 3-5, going against Philly, whose weak point in this defense that has been solid is against shooting guards. Kyrie Irving, no Kevin Durant. His usage is going to be crazy. Let me reiterate, in GPP, if you are a GPP player, in GPP, fade Kyrie Irving and go a Luka Doncic or a LeBron James or whatever, something like that. Okay? Because LeBron and Doncic have fantastic matchups. Numbers-wise and matchup-wise, Doncic and LeBron have better matchups than Kyrie Irving. But Kyrie Irving, situational-wise, has a much better situation here with no Kevin Durant. So in cash games, I lean Kyrie Irving with that usage rate with no Kevin Durant. The matchup is not ideal against the big, tall frame of Ben Simmons and that length he's got on him. But this is Kyrie Irving we're talking about, and at the end of the day, he can drop 60 on anybody's head. Okay, plain and simple. So cash games, I don't think you get cute here with a guy like Kevin Durant out. You got to go Kyrie. But in GPPs, fading him for a Doncic or LeBron James type, I love it. Especially if AD was to miss. You know what I mean? Like, so keep an eye on that. Andre Drummond going against Memphis. Memphis bottom in the league against centers, especially in the rebounding category, and that's where Drummond feasts. If you let Drummond crash those boards and get rebounds, he's going to get a ton of those putbacks, and he has 20/20 capabilities here. So I love Andre Drummond. Hopefully my vision is 20/20 as well on this, okay? Hopefully I'm not like kind of a little blurry-eyed on this one. He did play yesterday, but at the end of the day, me seeing his minutes yesterday, I feel like he's going to be back over 30 minutes in this, and Andre Drummond over 30 minutes in this matchup is fantastic. D'Angelo Russell. I love Nurkic on the Portland side, so I love the run back of D. Russell. This game screams fantasy points to me. Both defenses are bad, bottom in the league in a lot of categories. And D. Russ has been really chucking shots lately. And if you round his price up to 8K, all right, all we need is 40 for 5X at that point, and that's rounding it up. I feel safe with him getting 40 with his usage right now and taking all those shots. I like him a lot here. And then on the other side, Nurkic. My boy Nurkic is warming up, plain and simple. All right. I'm hoping people sleep on him because of his minutes not being great lately. His minutes are ramping back up to the 30s or higher now. Okay, so Nurkic, 30 minutes or more in a matchup against Minnesota, which literally is the worst defense versus centers this year. They're giving up assists, points, rebounds, everything. And Nurkic is a guy who can dish the ball, score the ball, and rebound the ball. And he is a dude with 50 type of upside. And I want him when he does that. And I feel like tonight is the possibility for him to do that. So I love him on a 5-game slate. He is a guy that could drop you a 50 bomb that's not priced accurately at 6'2". I love Nurkic. Okay, I'm gonna have a ton of them. I'm just being real with you. Unless some comes out and says he's gonna be limited for some odd, crazy, ridiculous reason, I'm loving Nurkic for sure. I don't. The only thing I don't love about Nurkic is he takes up that utility because I love Drummond too. So it might be a double center type of night for me. That's the only thing I don't love about Nurkic is it forces me to double center. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, especially with a guy like Nurkic at only 6'2". That's ridiculous. 6'2". Like no, dude, he's gonna smash it. I'm telling you right now. And if he doesn't, then so be it. It's DFS. Sometimes weird shit happens, but dude, yeah. When I say dude like that, like I don't say that much, but when I say dude, I really mean the shit. Okay. He's gonna smash. All right. Thank you guys for joining me as always. GreenlightDFS.com. Join the squad, man. Let's keep dominating. We've been super consistent this season. We've had some huge wins. We've had just barely wins, but either way, we've had a ton of wins, and that is the goal. Profit throughout the entire season. We have been crushing. Let's get a big one, man. My focus is just getting some upside now. We're getting in the cash almost every night. I want to get high in the cash and really get life-changing type of money, man. So stay tuned. Strap in. Good luck in GPPs. Fade Kyrie for Luka or LeBron. You're welcome. All right, y'all. Peace out.